Hi guys, my name's Rachel Ralston and this is PM, my support worker. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do things not to say to those with EDS or chronic illness part 2. So Pia's developed some questions and comments and she's going to read them to me and I'm going to respond. So if you haven't watched part 1, I will link that down below.
You're so inspiring to keep living.
I mean, once again, it depends who it comes from. Like, if someone just sees me in the street in my wheelchair and says I'm inspiring them, I'm like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
I could be the most depressed, disabled person that you've ever met. Like, but then people who really know me or people that have seen my public speaking or any other things that I've done, like, yeah, I saw that, yeah, they might be inspired, but if it's just, I can understand people that are just living their life with EDS, not doing anything extra but living their life, how they get annoyed at this comment, because you're not living to inspire them, you're just living your life like everyone else does.
Exactly, you're trying to like find inspiration within what you're doing. I think it's hard when people just automatically are like, oh, you're so inspiring because you're just living and you're doing what you consider to be your normal routine, you know what I mean? It's like as soon as people take a step back and they try to like not normalize living your life, it's a bit like, well, is this about me as a person or is this about my disability? You know what I mean? So it's all in your head.
Oh, I wish it was. No, but I mean, I'm not disputing that there are mental health conditions that can cause physical symptoms, but I've had my diagnosis from multiple different doctors agree. I've had treatment from multiple different specialties. I've had tests that show things you can't fake. So it's definitely not in my head.
Absolutely. Totally agree. I totally understand what you're going through.
Once again, depends who it comes from. But no one totally understands what another person is going through. Even my fellow friends with EDS, they don't understand what I'm going through because they're going through it differently. So no one can really say that they understand what I'm going through.
And everyone has their own like personal pain threshold and all sorts of stuff, so there's so many variables involved. Wow, I wish I could stay at home all day and sleep. Oh, I wish I could be out in the community doing things and not have to sleep 20 hours a day. Like, it's so hard to be stuck in your house for days on end sleeping. Like, I can't even keep up with my YouTube, like watching other YouTubers editing my videos and that because I need to sleep. Like, I can barely do the bare minimum of what I need to do without needing a nap. So it's really hard. Like, I would rather work a full-time job and be doing something productive. Yeah, exactly. And I think as well, like, when you go to bed, say if you've got, like, you're in bed for 10 hours, like, of those 10 hours, you might only sleep 3 or 4 hours, you know what I mean? So yeah, Pia's
been here at night time when I'm up and down.
It's fun. It's all fun and games. It's definitely been a humbling experience. I think it's made me very grateful for having sleep, because I can imagine that it would be really difficult, especially because like I'm only up at the times where you need to get up. It's not involved with like the times that you're awake but you're in bed, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and to sort of explain it a little bit, I'm not allowed out of bed without someone there because I'm too big of a falls risk, or I could have a seizure or pass out and end up hurting myself and no one know until the next morning. Yeah. So when I get up at night, I have to wait someone up to come out and take me to the toilet or just be there. Yeah. And I get up about every 2.5 hours, but I'm awake a lot of the time in between that.
Yeah, exactly, because like it's hard enough to get back to sleep, let alone, you know. Yeah. Absolutely. I wish I could lose weight as easily as you.
Yeah, I got this comment a lot before I was on the steroids, when I had the really bad gastroparesis and I didn't have a feeding tube and I was like so skinny, and people were like, oh, you know, you can eat anything you want and, you know, not gain weight. I'm like, yeah, but I get to vomit it all the time. Like, everything I was eating I was vomiting. So like, yeah, I was eating it and losing weight, but it was like having bulimia that I had no control over. Like,
yeah, and it's
and not discounting bulimia at all. That's a horrible thing to go through. Yeah. But the thing is, like, it was like that. Like, I couldn't control it. Yeah. And I went off food because everything I was eating, I was vomiting, and I'm still a bit like that today. Like, I eat, but I don't eat things that I think will make me throw up, because it's horrible throwing up for hours on end.
Exactly. So, yeah, absolutely.
So, like, yeah, I could lose weight easily if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I could. It also comes at a price.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as well, it's weird that we associate being skinny as being healthy, because I feel like in your situation when you were like malnourished and you were feeling really poorly, you probably didn't think about it as in like, wow, I look so good. You would be like completely the opposite. Do you know what I mean? So it's, you've just got to be at a healthy weight for yourself and like be happy within yourself, because that's what's most important. You don't really need that wheelchair, do you? You can walk still, so you don't need it. Yeah,
it's very different walking around your own house to walking in a big shopping centre or a theme park or a doctor, like a hospital is normally where I am. And you can't, like, I can't walk from the car park to level 4, like, you know, up, down the corridor, up the lift. Like, it's just not possible without me falling and hurting myself and dislocating, or if I had a seizure I would hurt myself. So
it's too many variables.
It's too much risk, like, and also I get in a lot of pain when I do walk. Like, even walking around my house, by the end of the day I am in so much pain. But I don't want to have to use a wheelchair in the house, so I'm still pushing it at the moment.
I think as well it's important to keep in mind that, like, on a lot of the supports that I do with Rachel, you honestly try to walk as much as you possibly can. Like, say if we're ducking in somewhere quickly, you're more inclined to be like, no, don't worry about it, I'd rather just walk, you know what I mean? And it depends on the day. I feel like when you have your really good days, you're more inclined to just be like, no, don't worry about it, let's just, you know, just do whatever we want to do. But I think when you do have those flare-up days, then it's more than reasonable to need that there. And I think it's, people need to not see it as that's like where you have to be. It's a tool. It's there to help you and assist you. It's not there to be the sole thing.
If I didn't have the wheelchair, I would barely go out of the house.
Exactly.
So it's freedom to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's everything that you have. Yeah. Absolutely. But in the same sense, you can still walk, but it's a tool that you use to actually make your life exponentially better and easier, you know, and it makes everything easier to access, you know what I mean? And then you can actually go out and have a big day out instead of having like a short thing. You've got to try harder.
Oh, if someone says this to me on a bad day, I would feel like punching them, because like, my bad days where I barely do anything, I'm actually trying harder than on my good days where I'm doing something, because it's like a fight just to get through. Like, I tell myself, just another 10 minutes of this, like another 10 minutes. Like, I try and tell myself you can do, like, I saw a quote somewhere, you can do anything for 10 minutes at a time. So if I'm in a lot of pain, I'll go, alright, so 10 more minutes, and then we might heat up the heat pack, or give you a pain medication.
Push yourself, but don't to the point where you're going to be really sick and not feeling it.
And, like, I try really hard to not take pain medication too much, and to, you know, use alternative methods for pain relief, but there's only so much when you're in this pain that I can do.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I try hard to keep up with everyone else, but everyone else has a normal body and I don't. So I can't keep
You've
up.
got to have that acceptance. Yeah. Absolutely. Isn't there a surgery that can fix you?
With the amount of surgeries I've had, I probably would have gone for one if that was the case.
Yeah, and can we talk about all the risks involved with that? Like, it's not just as simple as just go under the knife and you'll come out and you'll be all good. There's just so much more than that.
Yeah. And really, unless you can change my genes, you can't change my genetics, not my genes.
Your genes.
You can't change my illness. So there's really nothing no treatment, no medication, no surgery that's going to help me. And I wish there was. Some may make me better for a short amount of time or help one symptom, but I'm never going to be better because of a surgery.
Absolutely, yeah. It helps with particular things, but it's not going to cure it.
Yeah.
That whole understanding that it's going to be magically cured just doesn't make any sense. That's crazy, being so sick at your age.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, you're too young to be that sick, and I'm like, it didn't ask for ID, like, when it came, and the illnesses don't ask for your age. So illness doesn't really...
It's not an age thing, especially with Ehlers-Danlos. Like, it's...
You're born with it.
Yeah.
So...
It's just like that lack of education.
Yeah. But I understand that it's like... It's weird to see someone my age as sick as I am, but... yeah, I think that's just a shock, is what makes people say that.
But the thing is, it's because, like, and as I said before, it's because of lack of education. I think as well, for me personally, like, working in the industry and being involved with a lot of people, it's so normal, it's so okay. Like, it's not something that we wish on anyone to have a disability, but it's so normal. Like, so many kids are born with disabilities, and it should be, like, accepted a lot more now, and I think that that's why we would hope for it to be a bit more progressive, because it's weird to think that people would say you're too young to have something, because that doesn't make any sense. You were fine yesterday / this morning.
That's a hard part about my illness, is one minute I can be alright and the next minute I can be really bad. Like, you've seen it. Like,
imagine if I said that though, like, you were fine this morning.
Like, some days I can wake up feeling really good, and then that afternoon I'm completely done.
Exhausted,
And
it takes like one seizure, and then that's not even having a seizure. And absolutely.
So, it just varies minute to minute, really, how I'm feeling. So I just try and do what I can in the moment and hope that the next minute is better.
Exactly. You must get sick of going to the doctors.
Well, I can understand that, because I do.
I
get very sick of it.
Absolutely.
But it's something that I have to do. So.
It's more of like that comment's like,
why do you
it's not a choice. It's not like you're... Like, imagine if you didn't go to the doctors and how different life would be.
I'd be dead.
Exactly. So, in a way, it's annoying that you have to go to appointments, but it's also a good thing, because you're going to have advice that can potentially help you improve your life, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Where did you get those bruises from?
Oh, I bruise so easily. Like, today Pia accidentally hit my leg. I was like, I'm going to have a bruise to show for
Abuse.
Like, you've abused me.
Honestly.
But when I was a kid, that was a big thing. Like, Mum was investigated for child abuse because people saw the bruises and thought that it was Mum hitting me or something. But the fact is that Ehlers-Danlos causes extreme easy bruising. So Mum could be doing something simple like rubbing sunscreen on me or pulling up my pants or whatever, and then I have a bruise. I'm a bit better now with my bruising, but I was very bad as a child.
I feel as well, because like, even because I've been supporting you for what, like 7-8 months, something like that, and for all the time you haven't really bruised from anything. But I think
as a kid, it's different because you're running around and you like can fall over more and like
and now you've got awareness, so you're a bit more careful as well. Absolutely.
And I think everyone around me is aware too, so they're a little bit more careful.
Absolutely. You don't need a disability sticker, you can still walk.
The thing is, walking from like a car into a shop that's right in front of me, I can sort of do. If I had to park right away, it would guarantee that I needed my wheelchair.
Absolutely.
So like, it makes like a 5-minute trip into a half-an-hour trip to get the chair in and out, and you know, all of that. So sometimes it's easy to park in the Acroad, and like, even if I'm just picking up takeout and it's one shop in front of me, like,
you're entitled to that spot though. Like, people that don't think that you need that spot is ridiculous. And
you have to have a doctor's note, and you have to pay for that spot. It's not something you can just get because you feel like
you don't get free parking. It's not like when most people go to the shops, you get free parking. You've paid for that parking. You're entitled to that. You have that. That's what I mean. If someone has that sticker, they're entitled to that. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Like the one time that you're walking to get in the car, they're like, she's a fraud. It's like, no, not quite. At least you have good skin.
Well, one small perk.
Absolutely. One small pro. Just have some pain medication. Have some Panadol.
I'll have some Panadol. Oh, how I wish Panadol worked. Panadol's like having a Skittle, basically. Does about the same.
When's the last time you had like a Panadol, like paracetamol?
Oh, well, in the hospital they like to give them to you, and I'm like, it's not going to work, but anyway, I'll take it. Or they tell you it works in conjunction with something. So I take it, but I
have no effect.
I don't really think it has.
It's just having a Skittle.
It's like, I'll take it to make them happy, but it's not something that I find works, and at home only take it if I have a fever.
Yeah, exactly. It's like more, like it's for a fever. It's very different to your usual pain management. Absolutely. I think you just need to sleep and eat better.
I wish I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, my sleep is all over the place.
Yeah.
And I sleep, like, as much as I can. And then my eating, I couldn't really eat better because it goes through my tube. Like, it's all the nutrients I need.
Absolutely.
So the only food I eat is for fun. It's not for nutrition.
Absolutely.
So thank you for watching, and thank you, Pia, for asking me all those questions.
Pleasure.
And we will see you on the next video.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.